The sun was already setting when Clara realized that Mingo was no longer in the backyard. He used to stay there, lying on the grass, watching the little birds as if he were the king of the garden. But that autumn afternoon, the gate had been left slightly open, and that was enough. He'll be back soon, Clara thought, trying to hide her anxiety. But when night fell and the sound of the food bowl echoed empty, her heart knew something was wrong. Mingo didn't come back that night, nor the next day, nor the following week. Clara put up posters around the neighborhood, handed out photos, searched through shelters. She called his name through the streets, the alleys, the rooftops. Nothing. It was as if he had vanished from the face of the earth. Mingo was more than just a cat. He was the last bond that remained between Clara and her husband, who had passed away 2 years earlier. He had been the gift her husband left her in the hospital just a few months before he was gone. "When I'm no longer here, he'll take care of you," he had said with a tired smile. And now, he was gone too. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Until one day, Clara stopped calling for him. She put away the food bowl, his favorite toy, and the photo of the two of them slowly gathered dust. But inside her, a part of her refused to forget. Time passed. 10 years. An entire decade. Clara now had gray hair, lived in another house, in another city. But sometimes she still dreamed of Mingo's meow. In the dream, he always looked the same, with those same amber eyes, the same white spot on his nose, the same curious way of watching the world. She would wake up with a tight chest, a silent emptiness. Meanwhile, in a distant village, an orange speckled cat wandered through the narrow streets. No one knew where he had come from. People called him Old One. Some left scraps of food on the sidewalk. Others chased him away with brooms. But he always came back. Always to the same alley, the same wall, the same gate. It was as if he were waiting for someone. On a cold morning, Sophia, a young veterinary student, found him curled up behind a trash bin. He was trembling, thin, with a tired look, but his eyes still shone, deep and mysterious. "Hey, old boy, are you okay?" she asked, approaching slowly. The cat didn't run away. He just stared at her, as if he already knew her. Sophia took him home, gave him a bath, fed him, and brought him to the shelter where she interned. "Does he have a microchip?" her supervisor asked. Sophia scanned the cat's shoulder, and the scanner beeped. There was a number, and with it, a name, Mingo. 10 years ago?" the woman exclaimed, surprised as she read the record. The owner was from another city, doesn't even live here anymore. Sophia fell silent, looking at the cat now sleeping wrapped in a towel. "Do you think she's still looking for him?" she asked softly. "Unlikely," her coworker replied. "After so much time, no one expects to find a cat again." But Sophia couldn't get the story out of her head. Something in those eyes made her believe that this reunion still needed to happen. Sophia decided to search. She joined adoption forums, old online groups, and social media pages. She posted photos of the cat with the caption, "Cat found with a 10-year-old microchip. Does anyone know Mingo?" Hours turned into days, until one notification lit up her phone. "I think this cat is mine." It was a message from an account with almost no photo. "Clara." Sophia lost her breath. She called immediately. On the other end, a trembling voice asked, He's still alive?" "Yes, ma'am." "He's tired, but alive. I think he remembers something, because every night he sits by the gate as if he's waiting for someone." The silence on the other end lasted for several long seconds. Then Clara finally replied softly, "Can I see him?" It was a rainy afternoon when Clara arrived at the shelter. Sophia was waiting at the entrance, holding an umbrella and wearing a nervous smile. "He's inside," she said. The sound of the rain hitting the roof felt like the ticking of time turning back. Clara walked slowly, as if each step reopened an old memory. And there he was, lying on a blue blanket, his eyes fixed on the door. When she entered, he lifted his head. Their eyes met. For a moment, time stopped. No sound, no movement, only the racing of two hearts, hers and his. "Mingo?" she whispered. The cat took one step, then another, and then with a raspy meow, he ran toward her. He leapt into her arms as if the 10 years of distance had never existed. Sophia was quietly crying in the corner of the room. The shelter staff watched in silence. Clara held him tight, as if she had found a lost piece of herself. "You came home, my love," she whispered through tears. "You came back." Back home, Mingo seemed like a different cat. He slept on the same old rug Clara had kept for memory's sake. He ate well, purred loudly, and followed her through every room as if afraid to lose her again. But there was something different now. He slept more, tired easily. His body was no longer the same, but his eyes were. That same calm gaze of someone who finally knows they're exactly where they belong. One night, Clara was reading in her armchair. Mingo curled up in her lap, purring softly. She smiled and gently stroked his head. "You knew the way, didn't you?" she said. "Somehow, destiny brought you back." He looked at her for a moment, and in response, slowly closed his eyes. Time passed quickly after that. The days felt lighter, and Clara began to laugh again, to talk with her neighbors, to tend her garden. Mingo, even with his frail body, seemed renewed. It was as if he had come back only to remind her how to live again. One quiet morning, Clara woke up and noticed he wasn't in the bedroom. She looked around the house and found him lying on the windowsill, the sunlight shining on his orange fur. He looked peaceful, as if sleeping. She walked closer, gently placed her hand over his still body, and smiled through her tears. "You finally found your rest, my old friend." That morning, the sun seemed warmer than ever, and Clara had the strange feeling that somewhere, somehow, someone was smiling with her. A small reflection on this story, from kitten to best friend. When a kitten enters someone's life, it doesn't come just as a pet. It arrives small, fragile, with curious eyes and a heart still learning the meaning of trust. At first, it's the one who needs care, protection, and affection. But over time, we realize that we need it just as much. Growing up alongside a cat is to witness a silent and powerful transformation. That tiny kitten who used to stumble over its own paws, who looked for a warm little corner to sleep in, begins to grow more independent. It learns to explore every corner of the house, discovers its limits, and establishes its territory. Yet, even as it gains autonomy, it never loses the habit of seeking out its human, whether for food, a gentle touch, or simply companionship. There is something profoundly pure in the way cats connect with us. They don't force love. They don't beg for attention. They simply choose to be there. And that daily choice holds immense value. When a cat trusts you, when it lies beside you and closes its eyes, it's saying, "With you, I feel safe." As the years pass, the roles begin to reverse, almost without us noticing. If once we were the caretakers, now it is the cat who offers us comfort on difficult days. When life feels heavy, when the heart aches, or when the silence of the house becomes too loud, there's the cat. Quiet, yet present. It reminds us that we are not alone, and that love doesn't have to be loud to be real. The cat grows up. It becomes an adult. Its movements more graceful, its gaze wiser. And amid this change, our bond becomes even stronger. Because the best friendships are like that. Built from simple moments, yet filled with meaning. A cat may not understand every word we say, but it understands our gestures, our emotions, our way of being. It walks beside us through our journey, witnesses our triumphs, and heals our pain with the gentle wisdom of someone who knows that presence is the greatest form of care. In the end, we realize that the tiny kitten who once needed us so much has become our perfect friend, a loyal, quiet companion, but eternal in our hearts. They say cats have an inexplicable sense of direction, that they always know where home is. But maybe it's not about geography. Maybe it's about the heart. Maybe coming home simply means finding the one you love. And maybe Mingo took 10 years to return, because true love is never in a hurry. If this story touched your heart, share it, because every cat has one instinct: to always find the way back home.